Hello everybody, my name is Aeonix, you can call me Aeon. I know what you're watching, and you know what you're watching because it's in the video title, so let's just get right into it. Our first rule of Immortal Rising 2 is to complete your guide quest. I don't want to see any of you in the Discord asking a million questions of how do I unlock guilds, or how do I unlock a second skill slot. I want you to do me a favor. Go to your main page on this screen, now look at the top left of your screen, right here. That right there, if it's not done yet, you should see a guide quest. You're going to do everything it says. Obviously, I'm past it, but I will put an image up on screen. Do everything it says and do not stop doing everything it says until it is completely gone. Then you can come ask the Discord a million questions. Oh, and if you can't see it, check your quest tab. Now, for those of you coming from Immortal Rising 1, you want to take every loot buff over damage when it is relevant. This is most relevant to Paragons. You can see that there is 2 Paragons for gold find and bonus experience. If you are a new player or offline, max those out first. Then, when you come back to do your online daily chores, keep them until you start to battle. Daily chores will be explained later, but these are the 2 Paragon buffs that you will want to max out. Okay, quickly we will go over the shops. The pack shop is where you can go to get packs for money. These normally include things like diamonds, golden keys, and souls. The limited shop is where you can go to buy daily and weekly growth packages as of now. The all-time shop is quite important. This is where you can get things like ad removal and permanent shrine buffs. This is not financial advice, but I would recommend at least buying this ad removal lifetime pass, and if you can afford it, the shrine lifetime pass. As you can see, I bought all of them because I'm just like that. Common shop, this is where you will go to buy daily keys. You can get 3 keys per day, per key. The summon shop is the most important page here. You will always want to buy from all the equipment. I'd recommend saving up like 10 times the amount of gems that you need at a time, as I find it more satisfying to dump them all at once. Up in the top right, you can see your summon bonus. This is a gift that you will get every so often. And in the top left, you can see your summon probability. This is based off your current level and will increase all the way up to level 13 if you've bought extra passes, or 10 if you have not. Otherworldly shop is where you can get keys by watching ads. Gem shop is where you can just straight up buy gems, and this is also where you can get a lot of Stardust. If you're looking to get Stardust, you're going to have to pay real money. And the Starlight shop is finally where you will spend that Stardust on things like Clock of Oblivion, which will reset your skills, name changes, soul acquisition, summon max level things, and golden keys. And this battle pass function will take you right to the battle passes. There is the attendance pass, which will get you things that you can see I haven't collected for logging in every day. Level pass will get you keys and things for leveling up. Stage pass, simply diamonds as you move through the stages. Soulstone pass, this one's really good. I recommend getting this one. Awakening pass, which I need to claim. And Skilldust pass, which this one is also really good, and I also recommend getting this one. Moving on to the Immortal Growth area. This is very simple. Dump your gold for stats here. Dump your levels for stats here. Symbols are very important for builds, and we will get to that in another section of this video. Here you can also click on items to roll options, which you can do by hitting change options. You can lock an option that you want to keep by clicking on it, and that will make it to where it does not change when you roll other options in that slot. Finally, you can dump your Rift Stones in the Awakening section. This is probably the most important section in the game, as Awakening levels will give you a massive damage buff as you level it up. You can see I'm currently SS Awakening, and you will dump these Rift Stones or Awakening Stones that you get into the Awakening spots. Once you get them up, you get a visual buff to your character, as well as just you can see some massive stat buffs here. Down at the bottom, if you click this double up arrow, you can see your whole stat list. This is pretty inconsistent and changes constantly, plus some things just don't show up correctly, so don't trust what it says all the time. Next up is your inventory. Here's where you can see your weapons. As you slowly upgrade your weapons, you will get stat buffs here on the right. Currently, SSS equipment or triple S equipment does not exist in the game, and SS4 is the highest you can get. By clicking on a weapon, you can equip it in this page. reforge it on this page, which will increase its stats, and upgrade it, which you can see I cannot do here. But if we go to a weapon that I have 4 out of 4 of, which I don't, but you can see if I had 4 out of 4 of here, I would put the D1 to the D2, and that is how you can get SS4 equipment from SS3 equipment. Next up is the skill page. Over on the right, you can click on a skill to reassign where it sits by these 2 double arrows, and that will change your mix skills. You can also change your auto battle settings, which will determine what is being used when you have auto battle turned on. For directions on what skills to use, see later in this guide for the basics. Make sure to click on and read every skill to make sure you know exactly what you are getting out of them. You can do this with mixed skills as well. The summon button is simply a hotkey that takes you straight to the summon shop in the store. Collection is a very secret place that not a lot of people care about, however you can get plenty of useful buffs here. By upgrading your equipment to different levels through the reforging system, you can get collection buffs like gold find, item find, and bonus experience, as well as attack power, which are all very useful. In the quests page, you can see your daily, weekly, and repeat quests, including the guide quest I told you all to do first, which you should have done before we even got to this section. Complete them to get diamonds daily and over time. The black market is quite interesting and is how looping works in Immortal Rising 1. Essentially, when you spend gems, you get a portion of those gems returned to you in the form of black market stones, which can then be used to roll the dice at getting more gems. Dungeons are arguably the most important part of the game. Every one of them will give you a valuable item. I will go over how to effectively fight each boss in a different video, but for now I'll give you the basics. Goblin's Vault gives you gold and rune dice. Make sure you have max gold find on when you clear this one. Forgotten Library is where you can get parchment and ancient tome for your skills. A lot of people ask where you get ancient tome. You get them from here. Ancient tome is used to upgrade your A to S rank skills and S to SS rank skills. Cursed Armory is by far the hardest one of these and will give you gear as well as reforging stones and eventually fragments, which will be used to upgrade SSS gear when it releases. Rift of Trials is important. This is where you get awakening stones used to awaken your character. I recommend spending every golden key you get on this dungeon until you hit SSS rank. Golden keys are the keys that can be used on any dungeon, by the way. Finally, the Scarecrow Dungeon is where you go to test builds. I use this all the time. It is how I test my builds and how I will plan on making guides for every weapon in the game. You can find yourself in the damage rankings going here. Finally, on each dungeon as you enter, you will see a clear and an enter button. The enter button will let you go into the dungeon to fight the boss to progress to the next stage, and the clear button will automatically let you complete the previous stage that you have already completed without fighting the boss. Alright, now check progress simply lets you see which stage you are on. In the future, will most likely let you go back in stages or to go to different worlds, which currently that is not available. Ranking is where you can go to see the stage rankings, single target, and area target Scarecrow rankings. And guild lets you view your guild or join a guild. Remember to do your daily quests in the guild tab every day so your leader doesn't get mad at you. The inbox is where you will be able to pick up things like coupons and items you buy with money, as well as event rewards. Events will take you straight to the Immortal 2 website, which I'm not going to click on here, but you can try for yourself. Power saving mode turns off all graphics in-game and simply shows you your loot and enemies killed. Great for online farming. And in settings, you can see your account ID, contact the developers, ask for a refund on something, use coupons, which coupon codes you can find on the Immortal Rising 2 Discord, link in the description, and change the settings to make the game run more smoothly on your phone. In fact, we're going to turn display damage off because I don't like it. On the home menu, we have the Soul Stone in the bottom middle, which buffs some drop rates and drops symbols when you get souls, as well as your skills, camera angle, offline chest right here, and the experience bar down at the bottom, as well as the chat function. Now, let's move to the basics of daily routine and farming. Daily reset is at 0 universal time, or if you are in America watching this and happen to be in my time zone, 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is West Coast time. There are 5 things you need to do every single day if you want to keep up competitively and stay in the rankings, and they are not slow. These things all take maybe 10 minutes total. First off, make sure your paragons are maxed in gold and bonus experience, which we talked about at the beginning of this video. Then claim your offline chest, which is right here. You're going to claim the whole one. Make sure you get it as close to 24 hours as possible. Try not to waste time and go over that, because it doesn't go over 24 hours, but you want to claim it just around reset every day, essentially. You'll get that, and then you are immediately going to claim these 3 quick battles. This will give you a very large chunk of materials, including, importantly, experience daily. Second, go to the shop and go to the common shop and use your gems to buy every key here. I do not recommend buying the rune dice because for 1,350, yes, no, 13,500 souls, you can essentially just, summon 300 things for that, and I don't think that's worth it for a very, very minuscule amount of rune dice. Use your 3 daily 30 summons here as well. Finally, go to the otherworldly shop and claim every key you possibly can from here. This can be 5 keys, 6 keys, all the way up to 9 keys, which is what I have it at right now. Very important. Third, you are going to go into your inventory and you are going to click upgrade all, just in case you have any loot that has not been upgraded yet. You want to do that to make sure these stats are upgraded. Then you will go into your symbols and click upgrade all, just to make sure all those stats are upgraded. Then you are going to your paragons and add any points that you just got, and your upgrades, and spend any gold that you just got, and essentially just upgrade everything you can. Fourth, you are going to use every single dungeon key you have on all 4 dungeons, because at the next daily reset, you will get 5 keys automatically for each dungeon, and if you have 1 or more keys, you will not get those 5 keys. So make sure you are at 0 before daily reset. Finally, go into your quest tab and complete your daily quests and any weekly quests, and also your guild daily quests. And that's all. You can push dungeons and stages on your own time. They are not needed to do daily, just simply if you want to stay in the rankings. Now I'm going to go over basic build crafting. First off, I have a massive in-depth bow guide, which will be updated for all weapons as I get the skills leveled for them. The link to this guide is in the description. It's updated daily. Please check it out. In general, only focus on attack, and you will get one shot by absolutely every enemy in the game. So focusing on dodging attack instead of building into HP is paramount, because no matter how much HP, lifesteal, defense you have, you will instantly die to absolutely every attack, so it does not matter. Choose skills that buff your weapon skills, things like Generator that buff your critical chance against enemies, or Heat Circle, which buffs your attack speed, can be quite useful. And of course, make sure to check your symbols. Symbols are a great way of buffing your build, and honestly, the most important thing that a lot of people forget about. Don't use defensive symbols ever. And there are some completely buildless symbols that I recommend. You can use these with any build. Blade Dance, either melee damage or range damage, depending on what you're using. Of course, the weapon damage matching the weapon that you're using. And some sort of elemental buff fitting whichever element you have tied to your weapon. Again, my bow build landing me in a peak ranking of 36th is in the description. Quick gameplay tips. Dodge any red AoE attacks that you see on the ground by clicking the bottom right dodge button. This will save you from the attacks that you are getting one shot from, which you cannot avoid. So just avoid them so you don't get hit by them in the first place. Before this video ends, I just want to give a quick overview on some terms you might hear thrown around and you don't know what they mean. First off is build. Pretty simple. That is your current skill and stat setup. Second is pushing. Pushing means to defeat a boss in a stage and dungeon, therefore pushing you to the next level. Farming is essentially putting on your best area build with all item find, gold find, and bonus experience buffs that you can get, and killing mobs on the main screen as fast as possible for the best online and offline farming rewards. Finally, looping, which isn't a thing that's massive in this game yet, but I'm sure it will be eventually, which is using gems to summon equipment, getting black market stones, and then using those black market stones to get gems, and then repeating. Please check the description for links to the community Discord and my full in-depth weapon guide on paper, and let me know what you want to see next. Okay, that's about it for the video. It is inevitable that I missed a few things, so let me know if I missed anything in the comments, and I will reply with an answer as quick as possible. Have a nice day.